At Tales by Blessangel, we bring you originality and uniqueness in our storytelling. Please subscribe for more interesting stories.
This story is about true friendship, love, and betrayal. Have you ever found yourself in such situation? Please leave comments below, and please also like and subscribe to this channel for more amazing real stories like this. Lizzy and Rose had been best friends since childhood. They grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same school, and shared everything, dreams, secrets, and even the heartbreaks of life. Their bond was unbreakable, or so they thought. Lizzy was always the brighter one. She had a spark, a beauty that everyone noticed, and a kindness that made people adore her. Rose, on the other hand, was more reserved. She had a good heart but often felt overlooked by others. She admired Lizzy deeply, though, and always thought of her as the sister she never had. As the years went by, Lizzy got married to a wonderful man, Chuka. They built a beautiful home together, and soon, their children, two lovely, energetic kids, filled their home with joy. Rose, meanwhile, struggled with her own personal issues. She had a small shop that barely brought in enough to cover her bills. It was hard, but she tried to keep a brave face, always telling Lizzy how much she admired her life. But underneath, Rose was fighting a silent battle. The jealousy grew slowly but steadily. She envied Lizzy's perfect life, her beautiful home, her husband, and her children. Lizzy, with all her grace and charm, seemed to have everything that Rose desired. One day, Rose couldn't take it anymore. The envy was consuming her, clouding her judgment. She convinced herself that Lizzy's life should be hers. She started to visit Lizzy more often, offering help, advice, and comforting words. Lizzy, always kind, didn't suspect a thing. But Rose's visits soon became more frequent, staying late into the night. Rose would often find reasons to be alone with Chuka, her best friend's husband. She noticed the way he looked at her, his eyes, kind and caring, like Lizzy's. One evening, while Lizzy was away on a short trip to visit her parents, Rose made her move. She seduced Chuka, telling him that Lizzy was no longer the woman he married, that Lizzy had changed. She manipulated him, feeding him lies about his wife, making him question everything. Chuka, confused and hurt, fell into her trap. He didn't see it coming. What was meant to be a one-time mistake became a dangerous secret. Rose didn't stop there. She began taking control of Lizzy's home. Slowly, she started rearranging things, moving Lizzy's belongings without her permission, telling the kids what to do when Lizzy wasn't around. She even started to discipline them, hitting them when they misbehaved, things Lizzy would never do. Rose felt power in her actions, something she had never experienced before. It felt like she was finally getting what she deserved. But as time passed, things began to unravel. Lizzy, always the perceptive one, started noticing strange things. Her husband was distant, his smiles less frequent. Her children seemed to be growing distant, too. They were always tired, sad, or hurt. One day, Lizzy walked in on Rose scolding her son for a minor mistake. Her heart sank. She knew something was wrong. This wasn't Rose, her best friend, the one who used to care for her family like her own. Lizzy confronted Rose, her heart breaking as she realized what had been happening. "Why, Rose? Why did you do this? You were my best friend." Lizzy's voice cracked with pain. "I loved you like a sister, and you betrayed me." Rose stood there, a look of guilt flashing across her face for just a second before she hardened. "You had everything. You don't even know what it's like to struggle, to want more. I wanted what you had. You took everything I ever wanted, and I had to take it back." Lizzy's eyes filled with tears. "But you didn't have to take it this way, Rose. I would have helped you. We were supposed to build each other up, not tear each other down." For the first time, Rose saw the hurt in Lizzy's eyes. The weight of her betrayal began to sink in. Her greed, her envy, what had it all led to? She had lost the one person who truly cared for her. But before Rose could say anything, Lizzy turned away. Not able to look at her anymore. The damage had been done. Lizzy called her husband and her children to the living room. With a heavy heart, she told them everything. The betrayal, the deceit, everything. Chuka, ashamed of his actions, immediately apologized to Lizzy and promised to make things right. He knew that he had hurt her deeply, but he also knew that he could try to rebuild the trust they had lost. As for Rose, she realized too late that what she had done couldn't be undone. The damage was too great. Lizzy, though hurt, still had a heart full of compassion. She knew that Rose needed help, but that wasn't something Lizzy could give her anymore. Rose had to face the consequences of her actions alone. Lizzy, with her children and husband, began to rebuild their life, this time, without Rose in it. And so, Rose was left with nothing, no friends, no family, no home. The envy and greed that had consumed her had destroyed the one thing she valued most, her friendship with Lizzy. Lizzy, on the other hand, learned a valuable lesson. She had been betrayed, but she would rise above it. She knew that no matter how much life threw at her, love, kindness, and loyalty were worth far more than anything envy could offer. And Rose, for the rest of her life, would always wonder what might have been if she had just embraced the love that Lizzy had always offered her. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your support. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. See you again in my next video.